Hi everybody, I'm Noelisa Swavey.
And I'm Cheslin Maloney.
And we are co-founders of
SKN CHEM.
We have extremely exciting news for you. We'll be launching our new series, very first series. It's called Mindset Mondays.
Right. So on Mindset Mondays, which is going to be the first Monday of every month, we're going to have very candid conversations about mindset, mindfulness, and how to face life's challenges with confidence.
Yes. This first episode will be aired on January the 5th, 2026. So make sure you save that date.
Right. And we're so excited to tell you about, listen, I'm excited to tell you about our very first guest speaker, none other than, drumroll please, Dr. K. Nisbett. So Dr. K for us, Dr. Nisbett for you. Dr. Nisbett is the CEO of Mitis, Ascensio. And when she comes on Monday, she's going to give you every single detail there is about her company.
We will be streaming live on TikTok and YouTube.
See you there.
We got chemistry.
Mitis Ascensio Inc. invites you to our Reflect and Reset micro retreat. This event will be hosted by Dr. K. Nisbett, a neuroscientist and mental health advocate here on Nevis. Reflect and Reset is an annual event designed to help you accept change, reflect on the past year's achievements and challenges while setting goals for the year ahead. During this relaxed and reflective event, you'll engage in a neuroscience discussion about your brain and change, a guided writing session, and of course, refreshments to keep you recharged. The events take place on Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 11 a.m., and Sundays at 3 p.m. at L'Escale or Luna Restaurant every weekend in January. To RSVP, call or WhatsApp 662-6521. The events are just $150 EC or $55 US per person, with 10% off for students, teachers, and healthcare providers. We invite you to register for a solo experience or bring a friend, parent, child, sibling, or partner for a paired experience. Start the new year with intention. Step outside your comfort zone. This event is designed to help you improve your pattern recognition, mental focus, clarity, and critical thinking, as well as process your successes and setbacks and provide a sense of control and purpose as you start the new year. RSVP today. Start the new year with Mitis Ascensio's Reflect and Reset micro retreat. We're waiting for you.
And hello everybody. Welcome to SKN CHEM Mindset Mondays. And so a lot of the times in life, things don't happen how they expect it. We always want things to happen perfectly, and we can easily get stressed out when it doesn't. Today is a perfect example of that, and what the conversation that we're going to have today is going to help us know how to face life challenges. So we're going to be talking about something that we ourselves will have to apply. So firstly, we want to apologize for the late start. Technical difficulties. I know it's cliche. Everybody uses it. Technical difficulties, but as we evolve, we're going to get better together. And with your support, you'll help us make that possible. So we want to thank everybody who can see us, those of us who are on the live already. We want to thank you for your support. So share the live, tell a friend, to tell a friend,
To tell a friend.
to tell your cousins, We're still, regardless of what's happening, we still want to be excited about what's going to happen today. So welcome again to Mindset Mondays. I'm going to ask you someone, I'm Noelisa Swavey. Did I introduce myself? I'm so sorry. So I'm Noelisa Swavey.
And I'm Cheslin Maloney.
And this is SKN CHEM Mindset Mondays, where the mindset matters, okay? So sometimes even those of us who are appointed to help others, we too need to take our own advice.
Yeah.
Right?
Literally.
Yes. And so, let's talk a little bit about mindset matters really quickly. Mr. Maloney, I'll give you the floor. Tell us more about Mindset Mondays. Like, what's the rhythm? What is it about? What should the people expect?
Well, Mindset Mondays kind of started off like really informally, where we were just inviting people to join us on TikTok, and then we'd have really like in-depth discussions about different things. But then we realized, hey, we are going live and we're having chemistry classes, but chemistry isn't everything, right? We know that chemistry is like, come on. But there's more to life than just chemistry, right? So we wanted to have an opportunity for everybody to join the conversation, not just people who are interested in chemistry alone. And that's kind of where Mindset Monday came into the picture. Right?
It was birthed from that. Because chemistry is for everyone, SKN CHEM is for everyone. So even though it initially started out as a chemistry tutoring program, SKN CHEM is a community and it is a ministry, and we want to reach everybody, not just chemistry students. We want to reach the average person on the road. I mean, us as Nevisians, we're not average, we're above average.
Hey, come
but
on.
we want to reach everybody. Anything else?
Listen, you don't even have to add anything else. All of those are like heavyweight categories. No, for real, for real. She has been recognized for her excellence in teaching, public speaking, research, and community service. Her honors include the Society for Neuroscience Training Professional Development Award, the University of Illinois Chicago Chancellor Student Service Award, and the National Institutes, are you hearing me? The National Institutes of Health
National
Early Career Investigator Award. Yet, Dr. K's love for people, community, and Nevis has guided her most recent chapter, that is her investment in her homeland. She's the founding director of a nonprofit company, Mitis Ascensio Incorporated, that is aimed at uplifting others and improving brain health through education, creative engagement, and community. She also serves as a biomedical and science consultant wherever needed. In her leisure time, Dr. Nisbett enjoys being in nature, rollerblading, dancing, and participating in Nevisian folklore. Now, we have to give a big SKN CHEM welcome to Dr. K.E. Nisbett!
Okay.
Madam, your seat.
Another round of applause. I wish you guys could see the entire outfit.
No, for real.
It's giving.
Hi, Dr. Nisbett.
Hello, thank you very much for
Welcome.
having me. I love the energy here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
Thank you.
And I would continue talking. However, you may feel free to take it away. Just tell us everything it is about Mitis Ascensio, anything else you weren't able to include on your biography, although it is hefty. Anything else, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So, Mitis Ascensio was registered last year in September, so it's a very new nonprofit organization. And the mission is to uplift others through education, community, and creative engagement. And so really want to help other people transform their beliefs and behaviors through education and creative engagement. And so that's why that's the mission of the company. And I really always had this type of mission and intention. And so to be able to do that here in Nevis is very exciting.
So I have to ask this question because someone might just be here on the sidelines thinking, so you did your master's in chemistry and you did your PhD in neuroscience, and I can see where the two are related, but for someone who isn't aware of the connection, could you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, for sure. So I really started my master's in chemistry because I was either interested in doing natural products chemistry, where I use the natural products within our own space, lemongrass and things like that, to see how they could be used to treat diseases.
Okay.
And I did some research like this in undergrad, where we extracted the natural component, the potent ingredient of lemongrass called citral, It's an isomer, E and Z isomer. I'm sure you guys are familiar with isomers.
Don't bring me back. Don't bring me back.
And we tested it. The mission was to test it to see how it could impact breast and prostate cancer. And so I did that with a Professor Yakini Brandy, actually, who's also from Nevis and was doing research at the time at the University of the Virgin Islands, using the extracts from lemongrass, and we also synthesized it. So I either wanted to do natural products chemistry, or I wanted to pursue drug development for psychiatric disorders. And so my interest in psychiatric disorders, brain-based disorders, was always there. And so when I was doing my master's in chemistry, which actually started out as a PhD in chemistry, I did an elective course, neurobiology of addiction, and I said, oh, wait, what? This is where I need to be. I need to be in neuroscience. And so some other things happened that helped to push my journey into neuroscience. And so I mastered out of my chemistry degree and then started to pursue neuroscience.
Wow.
So that's how they're connected. It was always about brain behavior for me. And so on the one end, I could be making the drugs, or on the other end, I could understand the brain and try to figure out other ways to help outside of drug making. I could even maybe come up with a synthetic plan for a drug instead, or some type of behavioral intervention. So it allows me to span these types of diseases in a better way.
Wow.
It kind of sounds like you were able to find yourself as you went along. Is it that you always knew you wanted to be what you are today, or it eventually narrowed into what you do today?
So I think about 8, I was like, I want to be a teacher, a lawyer, a scientist, a doctor. I don't know if y'all had this. So no, I absolutely did not know. Before I went off to college, I actually wanted to open a gourmet bakery, which is kind of connected to what I'm doing now.
Right.
But I had a business plan and everything, and so my family are the ones who challenged that thinking, and said, okay, you might want to think about doing something more with your intellectual skills, because by then I was valedictorian, and so they thought, you can do a little bit more, maybe challenge yourself, and then if you want to, you can still come back, but challenge yourself in that way. And so thanks to my family, I was kind of pushed into really challenging myself, and I didn't entirely know what I wanted to do with my chemistry at the undergrad level, but when I was in undergrad, a chemistry professor said, what are you doing this summer? I was like, I'm going home. And then he invited me to join his research lab and do research with him, and then he came up with this whole plan, and I was like, what is this man do? He said we would meet every Thursday evening and just talk about the research, and we'll learn and we'll read papers. I don't know if you've ever read a research paper, but that's intense for an undergrad. And so I would try to read, but then I'm just like, sure. So he was doing research where he was testing lionfish, actually, to see, it was in collaboration with the Food and Drug Administration, and he wanted to see if they were poisonous, similar to the barracuda. And so lionfish, all fish in the sea kind of accumulate ciguatoxins, which are naturally there, but because of their invasive species, they eat so many other fish, they can build up so much ciguatoxin that they can become poisonous to people. And so he was just doing the research at the start of this invasion to see, could they really be poisonous? And the research found that they were safe to eat. We eat it here in Nevis as well. Anyway, I'm getting off track. What I wanted to say is research was, I found love in research. I felt like I always had questions, and I was at the brink of knowledge in research, and I always wanted to be able to answer questions in my own way. And so when that professor, Dr. Castillo, left me in the lab and just said, do what you know based on our organic chemistry laboratory class, I was like, yeah, me? So I can problem solve myself? He's trusting me?
Right.
He's like, you have the keys, the chemicals are, and I was just in the lab like, he's trusting me. This man is crazy. But yeah, it was, so that's kind of, how I got to chemistry and research and finding my love.
Okay. You mentioned your love for baking pastries.
Mm-hmm.
How can our fans get a taste of your incredible pastries? Can we tell them about it?
Yes, so Carrie's Gourmet Co. We bake pastries. You probably had the cinnamon roll, the spiced ginger cake.
It was. Listen, I didn't leave no crumbs. I ate everything. It was good.
I licked the box too.
You licked the box.
I really did.
Guys, your chemistry teacher licked the box. The pastries were that
It
good.
was good.
Okay, I could have tasted love in every bite. Yes.
It wasn't overpowering or anything. It was just like the perfect balance. And then the plantain. I've never had plantain bread.
I didn't even know you could take a plantain
plantain
and make a bread. As a chemist.
And you would think if you make banana bread, you could maybe do plantain.
Right.
Nah, but please, Carrie's Gourmet Company.
Yes, yeah. And it really exists to fund the nonprofits. And so I really want to, there's a lot of startup costs that are involved with nonprofits. I'm learning so much, as well as there are things that we want to do in the community that we need some initial funding for. And so that's why this came to be. It's a bake sale, but it's hopefully a little bit more upscale to reach more people. And it's sold through our current vendors, which are Squeeze Up Bar in Brooklyn, Asmi's Snacket in Eden Brown Estate.
Get your notes, guys. Write it down. Write it down.
Bodies in Charlestown. And we have a new one this week, which is Big Six in Ginger. So we'll be very close to
Island wide.
If I gain more than 5 pounds in this month, Carrie's Gourmet Company is responsible. And I will be going to the gym.
Yeah, so please support. Your support really helps to drive the mission of Mitis Ascensio forward. And so, yeah, I really appreciate your support so far. And thanks so much to the sponsoring vendors who this would not be possible without. So.
Big up y'all. Oh wow, that's amazing. I think it's interesting that you had so many interests in the beginning and then they kind of narrowed down to the core, but then there's still the other things that you were exposed to that are helping the core, right? And I think a lot of, not just students, but a lot of people can relate. There are a lot of things that we're interested in or we're very, even I can attest to this. I have a lot of things I'm interested in and I want to do, but it's like, oh my gosh, where do I put the time? You know, where do I invest? And then you're like, is this gonna help in the long term? Is this something I need to, like, how did you kind of navigate when and where to put your time? Because time management is so important in anything you do. So I'm just like, how did you become this amazing researcher and still do pastries on, like, not just pastries, but like really, really good, really, do you want that really good on the side, and not just the side, but it's like, it's to a level where it's like, you would think you went to school for it or something like that. There's like such a high level of excellence in everything.
Thank you.
So
E for?
Excellent.
I'm gonna go with that. K, excellence, Nisbett.
Hey!
Thank you. So it's challenging because I do have so many interests, and so I do get pulled, and so I do need a support system that helps me to focus. And so my parents and my friends definitely play a big role in that. Like, Kate, you said you were going to do this. Have you done that? Like, yeah.
Accountability.
Yeah, and so that helps. Goal setting helps a lot. And that speaks to reset and reflect as well. So goal setting helps keep me on track. But the other thing that I think has led in my journey is following my passion. And so the things that I am really passionate about, it's hard in the moment. So when we are baking, it is difficult and it's, a lot of work, but then it's very rewarding because it's something that I love and something that I'm passionate about. The same thing with chemistry. I'm not doing chemistry research right now, but when I did it, I was on top of the world. It was like ecstasy. I'm not even kidding. I was just like, this is amazing. And then when I got to do it at the master's level, and the same thing when I transitioned into neuroscience, loved it. Loved it up until the last day in the lab. So I think I feel like I'm privileged for that. My support system allows me to do that. Not everyone has that privilege, of course, and so I'm very grateful for that. I would not be able to do half of it without my support system.
Our viewers may be wondering, because you're talking about your passion. Is there a difference between following your passion and following your dreams? Is it one and the same?
It depends on the person. I think it can be different for everyone. Some people, and so I think there are a couple of ways you can look at this. There are people that, I might say maybe it should be the same, but sometimes we set dreams that other people put in us.
Okay.
And someone else might say, you should be an engineer, you're a really good engineer. And so you adapt that as your dream. But your passion is dancing. And so now you're following a dream that's not related to your passion. And so it can happen like that. And it could also happen where your passion is not necessarily something that you want to pursue full time and make a living off of. And so you may have a dream that you're like, this is good, this feels good. I do have this passion. I don't want to follow it to the extent that I want to follow my dream because that might adulterate it. So for example, I love rollerblading, but I might not necessarily want to be a competitive rollerblader because it might adulterate. It's going to make it harder. I just want to, go on the road and rollerblade sometimes. And so I think it can be either. It could be multiple things. It could be that someone else's external pressures have given you another dream, or that you've selected another dream because maybe following your passion would be more difficult or just not be what you want. So
okay. And how does one discover their passion? Is your passion something that comes to you, or is your passion something that you discover over time? And when you do discover it, or it comes to you, what's the indicator? What's the green light that says, hey, this is it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. How do you discover your passion? For me, I don't know if it's the same for everyone. For me, it's what brought me joy. And so, like I said, so my love for chemistry started in primary school. It was science. Well, we didn't have chemistry in primary school. We had like math, language arts, social studies, and science. And science was the most difficult one for me. And yeah,
you would think.
And so
we'll get into that.
And so I remember at one point, I think I got 100 on everything, and then I got 93 for science. And a family member was like, really, 93? And I'm thinking, I did pretty good. But it was a challenge. I was like, maybe I could do better. And so I guess it's a part of my competitive edge where maybe I can do better. Like, let's see. But other than that, it's similar to math. It's kind of being able to test myself and like have that ongoing conversation. So passion in science came from that joy that came from being able to test myself. Passion in research came from the ecstasy of, with me, you're letting me ask the question, answer the question, and tell you the answer. And so, in baking, it's the joy on other people's faces when they are able to indulge and participate in this, and you see it's wrapped as a gift. It's gift giving, because I'm giving you this gift, and you're also giving me a gift as well, because you're supporting what I'm doing. And so, for me, it's been following my joy, and the things that make the people around me happy and safer.
What you said was so profound, because a lot of people think that your passion has to be something that only feeds you. Like, it's kind of not really selfish, but it's only intrinsic. But there's an extrinsic joy that you get from some of your passions as well. And I like that you mentioned that one passion is intrinsic, it was for you, the other was for challenging yourself, the other was for edifying others. And then even in edifying or helping other people, you were still able to get joy out of that, as well as support. So everything you're saying, I just keep hearing support, community, team.
Yes.
Like, it's very important for us to rely on others, not just ourselves. We're not an island. That's so famous, but we really aren't an island. And even to the extent where you are able to pursue some of the things and find some of your passions because of your support system. So big up the family. Big up your families, your support system, your teams. Absolutely. That's just amazing to me. Like, just thinking about that, like, you can find your passion by helping somebody else.
Yes. Yeah.
That's wild.
So in your journey, and we don't want to keep you all night, even though that would be
Yeah,
great.
sorry.
We want to know, because we know we want to talk about the challenges that we face in life, and you have had a rich life that I know had many highs, but had some lows as well. So in your whole journey in finding yourself and finding your passion, going to school, what are some of the challenges you would have faced, and how did you deal with them?
So many challenges indeed. So one was not knowing what to do after undergrad. So you've graduated and now you have this thing. Right, what next? And I remember just being stagnant in my search. So of course I had a lot of external pressures to, why don't you apply for a graduate degree? I did not even know what a PhD was at the time, but I had professors that did. And so I had that, and all I knew was, well, I want to do research, and so PhD means I can do research. I'll do a PhD. And so not knowing what to do was a big one. But then when I started my chemistry program, I was in Michigan by myself. I didn't travel with family. And so being away from my family, my culture was very difficult. Being in a new culture that didn't understand me and didn't seem to care to understand me was also very difficult. When I was in my PhD program, in the neuroscience PhD program, one of the biggest challenges was being in a lab that I thought had the funding that would carry me through the rest of the PhD, but then finding out maybe 6 months in that we won't have the funding. And so that set me on a personal mission to, because I had a project that I was so passionate about, I went on a personal mission to find a source of funding, and then because of that birthed me going from Chicago to Maryland to the National Institutes of Health in the US to do the research. And so they've been difficult, and in the moment they feel just terrible because it feels like you won't move past it. But then I've seen that, oh, this actually has led to something that I would have never dreamed of. And so yeah, there's been so many challenges. Then COVID hit. Not being able to, so I used to see my family once or twice a year, and so not being able to see my family for 3 or 4 years was very difficult. I really cherished that time, my birthday and Christmas, New Year's with them, because I know what it's like to not have that as well. And then now there's a challenge in the starting up and like, okay, I know what this thing can be, but then the resources that I need and having to find those and navigate this new period. So there's challenges all around, but I've learned that they can lead to something that is new and refreshing, and perhaps you didn't even know. I didn't think that I would be baking and studying Carrie's Gourmet Co, but the challenge with the nonprofit led to that, and I think it's a beautiful thing, and I'm excited to see how they will both go, in concert with each other. So
I like that she didn't say outright, but like perspective. Your perspective on the matter changed like the outcome per se. Not necessarily the outcome, but how you pursued it or continued it, if that makes sense. So like you could have been like, oh my God, woe is me, I don't have these resources, I can't start this.
I will say, okay, so now no, that's not me right now.
Okay.
But I will say, definitely during that transition between masters and neuroscience, there are days I definitely woke up crying. How am I going to get through this? How am I going to explain that I'm no longer doing a PhD in chemistry, I'm mastering out? And on top of that, I'm going to try to start a neuroscience program. Yeah, so they've been points, and for the masters I had to write a thesis, and I remember nights waking up crying, and my mom just would stay on the phone with me while I wrote my thesis, you know, and I was able to defend my thesis on her birthday.
Aww.
And so my support system literally helped me in a lot of those moments. And so yeah, you see someone with perspective now, but she did not always have perspective. Yeah, and so there are definitely times where I could not imagine that. Yeah, I would even one, leave Nevis, two, leave the US, three, come back to
Nevis.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a journey, and I've learned a lot. But yeah, things feel hard, and it's okay. You know, it's okay to go through those and feel those emotions. Yeah, and reset.
I think that's really fair, honestly. I'm glad you didn't sugarcoat that, thank you. Every moment, but did I really do this to myself?
Yeah.
And I think we all could find comfort in that. Because someone might be on their path right now, they're wondering, whoa, Dr. K, Dr. Nisbett, tweak up. Dr. Nisbett seems like she has it all together. Maybe this is not for me because I'm not what I'm seeing on the screen here. So Dr. Nisbett is saying to all of us is, it's not something that you are because you're superhuman. It's something that you grow into because the mindset matters. You know? So if we don't have any other questions, or is there anything?
No questions, but you just mentioned resetting and, you know, kind of like reflecting in a sense. So I want to give you, not really give you, but I want you to take the opportunity to mention your retreat that's going on right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So throughout January, there is a micro retreat by Mitis Ascensio Inc. It's called Reflect and Reset. And it gives you an opportunity to reflect on the year gone by, 2025, or even a time before that, as well as set goals for the year to come. 2026 is here. What are the goals that you have? And so there are curated worksheets for people that show up on their own or show up with a partner, friend, parents, sibling. So there are paired and solo experiences that you can have, and both worksheets are curated to suit your needs. And yeah, we will be in community at Luna or Lascal. The events are for just 20 people, and so the reason for that is for a small, intimate atmosphere. And I invite you to come on out and join us for Reflect and Reset, where you have the opportunity to really think of the year gone by and set goals for the future and do some future writing. There'll be some activities to set the mood as well as to help you learn some coping methods and so.
Thank you. Those flyers will be up on the screen if you need more information. And then also if you are trying to reach out and for some reason you didn't get to see the screen or anything, just message us on Instagram and we'll be happy to forward you or send you more information via Dr. K. Dr. Nisbett.
Dr. Nisbett.
K for us, Nisbett for you. But yes, Dr. K, Dr. Nisbett, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the hard work that you're doing to help elevate the mindset of Sinkers and News. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I mean, when a doctor comes in your presence, you just have to,
you got to
fawn a little bit.
Yes.
Just if we had a red carpet, we put it on. A whole let's get an SKN carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But yes, thank you so much for joining us today. I think we can close. Yeah.
Can I say thank you?
Yes. Sorry.
Thank you very much. It's electric here, you guys. I know you can't see the electricity, but it's a vibe. So definitely, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited for what Mindset Mondays can do. My dad always said growing up, it's in your mind. If you're cold, it's in your mind. So that means if you think you're defeated, because if the temperature's in your mind, the defeat is definitely in your mind. So yeah, mindset does really matter. And I'm grateful that you guys are doing this and have decided to involve me in it. It means a lot. And I really hope this continues to bless people the yoga bar. SKN CHEM is not just for chemistry, it's for community as well. So yeah, that's good.
You heard it. You heard it from the best. You heard it from Lady Excellence herself. Okay, SKN is for everybody. Okay, and I mean, I'm hoping. I know y'all are hoping too. And Mr. Maloney, sorry, let me put some respect on the name.
You're fine.
We're hoping that you could make a second appearance on the show sometime in the future. And you guys as well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being an integral part of this journey. Remember to subscribe, remember to like, remember to follow us on all platforms except Twitter or X.
And Discord.
Yes, on Discord. So we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram and Facebook at SKN CHEM. It's the same across the board.
And YouTube.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you'll never miss anything. And with all that being said,
oh, one thing. So I'm gonna add, just if you have any unanswered questions, for example, Dr. Nisbett mentioned something and you had a question and maybe you want a little bit more time to speak with her or just want to ask us to send it her way, please message us. Yeah. Please subscribe. The registration link is in the description of the video and we'll be happy to welcome you. If you have any questions as well about SKN CHEM, please message us on Instagram. We're approachable, it's not hard.
yes. Did we talk about the sessions, tutoring sessions?
I don't think we did.
Okay, so there are tutoring sessions for students that study chemistry. We want to extend to other sciences, but we're trying to take baby steps.
Yes.
So be patient with us. So those
Please.
students that study chemistry, you need a tutor, you're a chemistry student and you're having difficulties, we're here to help. So registration for the sessions will be open on July 1st, okay? But the information will be disseminated, and like we said, if you need more information, you can always contact us via our phone number. Our information will be there. Or you can message us on Instagram, and you might see us on the road.
Honestly.
Talk to us, yes. We're teachers, you might see us in school, don't be afraid, we don't bite.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so with that being said, we will see you guys next time.
See you next time.
We got chemistry.